Hello, everyone. Everybody had an enjoyable Easter's dinner and what's not. I know ours was great. We had ours yesterday. I'm missing my clip from my crazy long. I don't want to use a pen. I'll probably stab myself. I've cut myself a couple of times today. With scissors, of all things. Oops. Okay. So, I didn't get as much done this week as I had planned on, but I did get his beard. I did get his beard completely finished. Beautifully long, nice flowing. Quite a bit into his cape here, so that you can end up seeing where his staff's going to come up some more. His hand, I think, is in here as well. That's what we're going to be continuing on. We'll be on to his cape here, and then once we've got all the cape finished, we'll go into, well, I'm not sure. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. One moment. I left stuff. How silly of me. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Happens when you are a multi-crafter and you got a trade show coming up, and you're working on nothing but work on what all your stuff is that you need to sell at it. You tend to forget, well, everything. Okay. Now I'm good. So, understand it. It is Naughty by Nature's anniversary this weekend. Congratulations, Naughty by Nature, 1 year. I'm not involved in the streaming Stitch, or not necessarily Stitch, but the streaming that they've got on. I do believe they've been running it for 2 days. Having continuous somebody from the team running on 2-hour, 3-hour slots. I wasn't sure what my schedule was going to look like if I was going to be able to stream today. So I didn't sign up. And of course, I don't stream on Saturdays. So. Thank you, May Lilies, for the auto hosting. If I don't respond right away, if you type in anything, I apologize. Today, for whatever reason, numerous times I've gone into my crafting zone, and one time goes by, don't even notice. And two, I tend to, when I zone, I tend to forget about everything else. It's good because I get a lot done. It's bad because I, and forgot to feed my family. My wonderful husband came and was like, so what are we doing for supper? And I'm like, why? Well, it's almost 6 o'clock. Oops. Guess I better get on that. Better fetch order. Just easy stuff. not sure how many of you guys out there, besides streaming, use other stuff, get out, get your name and brand out there, whether it be besides Twitch, of course, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, I don't know, half Flickr, I think there was one, Flick, all those different things. Well, one of the neat things that I got help with is Instagram just whatever, and I'm also trying to figure out the whole Pinterest thing, even though I've belonged to Pinterest for the last couple of years. I don't really use it. I like to be my own inspiration, and in a society where we, especially how many of us are women, I'm sure might have with men too. You look at some of the stuff on Pinterest and feel like you're lacking. Not good enough. It's just not cool. So I avoid anything like that as much as possible. But anyways, I was getting some help with Instagram, and the person who was helping me out introduced me to this really cool app called Hashme. And what it does is you take a picture in Hashme, it scans your picture, and then loads up some of the top, what it believes, hashtags would be to help promote the picture. Sometimes it gets it right, other times it gets it wrong. This one I just did with my wonderful little sorcerer here. For whatever reason, they decided to give me a bunch of Christmas hashtags. I guess he looks like a Santa. Must be the long, flowing gray beard. But that's okay, because you can go in and you can add other hashtags to it and do a search, and it will find more matches based on the information that you included into it. Thank you, Iris Pixie Dust, for the host. And the really neat thing about it is I get some pretty cool new followers and stuff, because it helps me find hashtags that I would normally not use. Like, gives me one for this one, home decor. Yeah, I guess it is home decor, right? It's going to be a picture and in a frame. But I would never put it under home decor. And because of it, I'm getting followers from around the world. And that is just awesome. I might not have an Etsy, whatever, shop up yet, or even have stuff on eBay. But that's my goal for May, is to have something going, whether that be my website with a shopping link or what. It's what I want to get done. I've got to talk to a couple of people about some collaborations on that to assist me in creating the website, because I just don't know how to do that. Even when I was doing tech support, I know how to do that. The place I worked for, we ended up sending it out to somebody when clients came to us and asked for web design. It's not that I couldn't learn, I just can't be bothered. Okay, so I'm going to bring this guy over. He tends to be pretty popular. Yep, further down, so it's kind of out of my stitching area. That's my baby Groot. Oh, hey, I can put him over here. He's my needle minder. Hey, Nina, how are you? yeah, right now my phone's just going nuts because I post a picture of this guy with all the a bunch of different hashtags on it. Now you can only put up to 30. Sometimes I don't fulfill all of them. I only put in some, but like I've got one a like from a dental secrets. Really? Nod Lab. Okay. Craft professionals. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Midsummer hot sauce. Space transistors. Oh wow, that's an interesting one. And that's one of those things I think is pretty neat. It's getting some wacky uh, comments, likes, whatever. And then, like I said, the neat thing from it is the fact that some of these just go crazy. Oh, so we'll see how that progresses through the night. I haven't really found one. I know one of the women that I'm in a liking comment circle with commented that she's been trying out different times of day of when she gets the most views or likes or whatever with it. For me, I haven't noticed any different. I mean, because of the fact that I'm getting them from everywhere around the world, um, I seem to be getting likes and comments from all posts at any different times of day. I know it's good to try posting at different times of day, and I do. And of course, this weekend's been hit or miss for that. I gotta get better at posting on the weekend. During the weekday, it's not too bad. I post different things, not always the cross stitch that I'm doing, some other stuff too. This weekend, these last 2 days, has been nothing but vinyl. 3 days, if you will, because I was working on it on Friday too. And I gotta get all of my canvases painted up. I need to get some painting done. I like to paint them and put black lettering on them or silver lettering or whatever. I know a lot of people do multiple colored vinyl, and so it makes them look interesting in that. What I try to do is I want to have it kind of neutral as much as possible, so that it fits into most home decor. Not saying that I couldn't do the other stuff, but that would be more custom work, I think, than anything else. And of course, with custom work, more charge than what I have on hand. Sorry. Seemed to wake up Friday feeling kind of funky. And then yesterday, or the end of Friday, I started developing a cough. It's not that. On Friday I had a sore throat. I don't have that now, but I definitely have a cough. Okay. Maybe you guys like to listen to Pentatonics. Have you listened to their new release? The covers and that? There's Jolene on it. They're so awesome. And Avi's got his own CD coming out. I gotta make sure I pre-order that. Just check to make sure I put the mic back on because I do like that every once in a while. I'll forget to turn it back on. Ah. Wind, love, lost friend. Oh, I don't know about the rest of you guys. I don't know if you have any kids or not, but my youngest birthday's coming up, and my mom has extreme anxiety, so is not able to make it out to her birthdays. So she came in and took her out. Well, not just her, her sister as well. My mom does take them out for lunch once a month. Um, and gave her her birthday present. Uh, my mom won the birthday contest, if you will, birthday presents. Because lo and behold, what does she give her? But a fur real uh, unicorn Pegasus called Star Lily that is interactive and download an iPad or iPhone. I don't put games on my phone, so iPad app for and play games with, and she responds to them. In fact, as she is played with, whether it be the app or not, there are over 100 different things that this fur real pet does. Which just totally surprises me. And the horn lights up and changes different colors in response to different things. You feed it and pet it and talk to it, and it can sit and you have to move its legs in order to get it to do the different positions. But you can make it sit, you can make it lay down, make it stand, and if it stands, it paws the ground with one of its hooves. She has played with that pretty much non-stop. And if she's not playing with it, it is laying on her lap and she is petting it while she is, watching her YouTube or playing Minecraft or whatever. And my youngest one has a big thing for our um, accordions. Anyways, I'm not sure what she calls them. Unicorn Pegasus things. Winged unicorns. There's a name for them. I can't remember the top of my head what it's called right now. She learned the reference for what they're called from My Little Pony, of course, because My Little Pony has winged unicorns on them. They're the royalty. So she's over the moon. I mean, the only thing that can top it is if she was given a real horse for her birthday, and that ain't happening. One, we live in the city, there's no place to keep it, and two, they're too bloody expensive. So, Look at that. All right. Falling with you. Falling, falling in love with you. Now the reason I'm doing this on here is because it's a blended color and I'm using it quite a bit. I've got the color numbers written on here, so it makes it easier. Now, I did do that with this one, but for some reason it came off, so hopefully I'll be able to find it eventually which one that goes to. Okay. Next one I'm going to do is the heart. See, so I'm doing this here, and let's see, sorry. I'm going to be doing this next here, this heart, these hearts in here, and you can see where his robes come down here, and of course there's a hand grabbing the staff. Now, in order for me to continue up doing the staff, I'll have to, move my fabric down. But until then, I've got to get everything done up to this point. And once that's done, then I can roll it down and finish up in through here. And then I'll start on the bottom half of Mr. Sorcerer. So hopefully, this week, I'll be able to get that done. Okay. So I want the heart, which is a blended. So we're going to see where it is. 824. I don't have the heart. Hey, look. Let me put a symbol here. That will help me. Star. That just helps me know what I'm working on. Where's the knot? Don't know if this is a knot. Put it on back. Right. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit up into here first, and then I'm going to come in and do all of this here. 22. I'm gonna tell you, you're alright. Yes, you. I'm gonna tell you, You're not talking to me, so I'm gonna be singing. It's one of those nights. It's one of those nights. Hey, Ichabod, how you doing? Barbecue salmon looks absolutely delicious. Need to get that follow command up and going. I'll talk to Invader M and have her walk me through it so I can do shout outs to you guys. But if you haven't, you need to check out Ichabod Glass and see if I can do it a different way. Hold on. Ah, that works. Give him a follow. He does some absolutely amazing stained glass. I love stained glass. Not only that, he plays D3. And for those who are not gamers, that's Diablo 3. Awesome game. Well, I know somebody else. She's still in here. Let me go grab hers too now that I figured that out. Ah. I mean, it's not the quickest or easiest way to do it, but also check out Nina. She crochets. This coffee is good. Although I'm probably aggravating it by talking and singing. But hey, whatever. I'll take something for it before I go to bed tonight. If I take anything right now, I'll probably knock me out. Although I'm sure me taking cough medicine with codeine it would be absolutely hilarious for the rest of you guys. They make an interesting strain. Come on, I said I could call him out. I call him out and he's gone. Scare him away. Well, thank you for the host, Cindy. Much appreciated. Make sure you guys give her a follow. I'll have to go and find her Twitch channel. Unless she can put it up there. I don't have an iFollow command set up yet. Hey, Iqbal, there we go. I did call out to you earlier. I posted your channel for, the one or two people who are watching can go and check you out and follow you. Are you guys playing D3 tonight? There it is. Thank you, Bindi. Bindi. I seem to have one person who just sits there. No! You're sick? Yeah, I got something going on too. I don't know what it is. It's turned into a cough the last 2 days. Great. Yeah, I was just saying after I'm done streaming, I'm gonna grab some cough syrup with codeine in it so I can sleep. Although, people would probably get a kick out of seeing me try to cross stitch on codeine. Oh, did you see a picture of it? His salmon looked absolutely amazing. He posted on Instagram. Yeah, it looked good. Did you not eat any? Or are you trying to say that that's what it looked like before everybody dug into it? Or although that much salmon, I could probably eat on my own. I love salmon. Ouch. You didn't really? Wow. Okay. What are you doing tonight, Bob? Were you just cutting glass? Oh, one of the hashtags I was going to use was bearded gentleman. I forgot to use that one. Because he's got a beautiful beard. I'll have to remember that next time I hashtag him. Tomorrow night I'll add bearded gentleman in there. Some know how. Turn it out so that it's facing the camera. Tomorrow, day, it's forever. Day, Find Ichabod after, looking down at your glass and working on that you've got, sore, stiff neck. You should see all the vinyl that I cut out when I was weeding today after church. Oh, my ever sore from that. And now, what am I doing? Sitting here again with my head down. Not completely down this time, but partially down. There's be some threads back there I'm grabbing. This. I take my last items. I can't see them, so hopefully I did. Right. Andy, did you get to enjoy an Easter dinner? Even though you're sick? Better check, make sure. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. I changed the positioning of my lights because I noticed, especially when I'm cross stitching like this, not so bad when I'm doing my other stuff, but when I'm cross stitching, you're not getting to see the colors. Like all it showed last time with the beard was it was straight white. Well, there's actually 3 different colors in there. And I notice you can now see at least the dark gray. You can't see the lighter gray. You can definitely see the dark gray. Good. Oh. Free. To get me. False signs ladder. Hey. Come in. Nine to five. Get to the heart. Nothing I read it. Oh, you can let it. Each man's pain. Money in his pocket. Break down. Let's punch out. Down. Punch out. Break down. Punch out. Punch out. Five. Waiting you can lose them. Five. Give them. Five. Could it? Crazy if you let it. It's life. Woo. It's the woo. To recognize home free. They're from that area. Can't remember if they're from Kansas or not. Or is it woo that you can hear? You can hear. So it wasn't me, it was you. Okay. It's okay. I started my stream like, where's that noise coming from? I muted all my channels. What's going on? For some reason, it didn't take until I refreshed the page. It's weird. There's some good fun with USB. Mindy, are you still with us? again. I think she passed out. Well, she said she was going to go check some NyQuil. No, it doesn't look like she's with us. Trin Morwin? Am I saying that right? Oh my goodness! What were you doing? Were you playing Diablo or working on glass, or just plain working? You didn't have to go to work today, did you? Again. Oh, oh my goodness! You're waiting on the smoker. Crazy. Oh, seriously, I just untangled you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That. Two hours of sleep. Oh my freaking goodness. And you're still going. You didn't have a nap. Myself, I would have crashed at about 2 in the afternoon and needed a nap. Although that's what I did last weekend when I was at a craft retreat. Not that late, but I still only got like 3 hours of sleep. Oh, jeepers. So did you cook a traditional in Easter supper then? Ham and stuff? Oh, break! Awesome. You had salmon. Okay. The salmon looked good. Was it really good? That's good. Well, we woke up to a dusting of snow this morning. And I call it a dusting because by the time we headed out for church at 11 this morning, it was gone. And then this is what southern Alberta's like. So we woke up to a dusting of snow. kind of chilly weather, not too bad. And then by 3, 4 o'clock, my husband's outside taking the cover for the first time this year off of the air conditioner and turning the air conditioner on. Because let me just get that temperature for you guys. Because if I give it to you in Celsius, it'll sound cold. Where's my conversion? So let me get it for you. So it was 75 degrees here. What was it in Celsius? 24 in the house. I don't know what it would have been outside, probably a bit warmer than that. But in the house it was reading 24. So 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a pretty good temperature for us here, especially since it snowed in the morning. But now the cover's off the air conditioner, and it's likely that means the air conditioner will go on a couple more times. We don't really have, it's funny because people talk about spring, and our spring, we don't have a typical spring. We go from cold, so like 2 degrees Celsius, so what would that be? Freak. So we go from like 35 degrees to it's like 34, yeah. So we'll go from like 2 degrees to 34 degrees Fahrenheit and be, in shorts by the afternoon. And that lasts for maybe a week. And then, and everything does a rush bud, I guess, if you want to call it that way. It's nothing slow or anything. It goes from bare trees to green with new growth and new leaves. By the time the end of April hits, sometimes mid-April, we are in our temperatures in the high 20s. So in your mid 70s up towards the 80s. So we're definitely into summertime temperatures because it only gets hotter from there. She didn't like your yard last night because of how green it is. Let's put it this way. No word of lie. Friday, I looked at my backyard. Now, you can't look in my backyard because, I run a day home, so really we don't have grass. But across the way, you can see a green strip. And it was kind of still brownish, yellowish. It wasn't very green. Well, the snow melts, and bam! It's green today. Not every couple of days. We are in, where I live, it's a semi-arid, almost considered desert type. And so we get some pretty funky extremes. And by the time we hit midsummer, a lot of the grasses go dormant because of how dry it ends up being. In fact, spring, depending on if we get rain or not, we haven't gotten very much moisture yet. Although my husband's a better indicator of that because he works for the city and he deals with all that stuff. But it doesn't seem like we've gotten much moisture this spring, which means we will probably start pretty soon with a fire ban and the possibility of grass fires. And we get nasty grass fires. So we'll see how it goes this year. I bet. I mean, that'd be a really good big concern down there in Kansas. And I don't watch the news very much, but it didn't show up on any of my news feeds that I do watch. Yeah, I'd have to look at what the speed would be for our winds. We do get what would be considered hurricane force winds. We get winds that are 100 kilometers an hour, sustained at that. We also do get burst winds of up to 120 sometimes. And then, they talk about being about travel on the roads, um, being careful. So I'm used to very high winds. I've been lucky so far, and I think it's because of the way my backyard is that my trampoline has not gone a flying. But they're known to go flying in this city. The same there, yeah. Right. So it's funny because I sit there and I talk about hurricanes down in Florida, um, New Orleans, or wherever you guys get your hurricanes and stuff. I sit there and I go, well, they need to come up here. They'll get so used to those. And if they need to learn how to build for them, maybe they need to come here to learn how to build for these things. Not saying that we don't get damaging winds and that, because it does happen. Backyard's all trees, so it protects it. That's awesome. Yeah, I got a good high fence. And I do have some trees, but they're still kind of youngish, so they don't provide a lot of cover or shade at this point in time. And I have a very large backyard. So depending on how things go this summer, I want to put some shade shelters out there for the kids, especially for when I put out the pool. Yep. And I'm lucky because the area that I live in here in southern Alberta is not known for twisters. Like, we get them, very rare. In the 20 years I've lived here, I've actually only seen one form. Haven't actually seen one in the area. There's other parts of Alberta that get them. They are the only weather system that I don't. It bugs me, scares me. Too unpredictable. That one. What's the next? Um, no, I believe I turned off the the link, the spank for links. I also turned off it for spam too, because I got my first raid a while ago and my bot went crazy banning everybody. So I had to fix it. It's It's more words and language than anything else still. Should be fine to post the link. Here I am, just keep on going. I should have been counted. You thought you were going to get murdered? Oh, beautiful. Looks like you're on acreage. Hey, Annie. How's the hockey game going? That's cool. My husband's very much a prairie boy and doesn't like trees. Makes him feel claustrophobic, right? Sounds like she's a city girl that gets scared by that. Thank you for the host, Giant Form Jax. Okay. Again, I should be watching what I'm doing. Probably look pretty scary. Walking at night, light going into the shed, reflecting off the trees, kind of Blair Witch Project. E. So are you working on anything while you're in here working? Ichabod, are you foiling or are you cutting more glass? I have to say that's what a good 22 is for. Yeah, after having just 2 hours of sleep, I'd say. No kidding. Not what you want on your property. Coyote and her pups. Then again, if I was probably out on a property like that, on acreage, I'd probably have, besides having a good 22 or something, to get rid of vermin, predators, well, for predators other than Mr. Coyote. I'd probably have a dog. Yeah. Well, I never even thought of it. A pellet gun would be good too, because it doesn't really harm them. Definitely stings. Night 22 saw more action against gophers than anything else. Raccoons, possums, and skunks. Raccoons can be vicious. Possums are pretty passive, though, aren't they? They're more curious than anything else. Skunks. I have friends with traps. We trap them and dispose of them. They're dumb. They cause a lot of damage to property in that. We don't get them up here. Yeah. It's amazing the amount of skunks in a city. Trying to get rid of them can be a nuisance. So yeah, we trap them pretty much in like a cat trap. But with cat food. And my friends, I cover it up with a blanket. My friends kind of pick it up and take it out to somebody's farm and dispose of it. So they're no longer a nuisance. Yeah. See, we've got, let's see, what do we have in town here? We've got coyotes. Although you don't see them very much, you hear them more. And I do live on, well, somewhat at an edge of the city I live on. Kinda. It's getting more and more developed around me. We have deer wandering around all the time. A bear or two have been spotted. Raccoons, skunks, and plenty of beaver, porcupine. And those are just those rascals. And we have rattlesnakes. And I think that's pretty much call them garter snakes, but rattlesnakes are the ones we have to be careful of, and they're protected. So if we find one, we have to call the guy to come. There's a guy in town that it's his job to remove them and put them in the coulees where they belong. And apparently there's a cougar that runs around in a coulee somewhere too. Let's see if I can find you a picture of the area that I live in. Mountain lions too. Okay, so that's a picture of the coulees. That runs through pretty much, I think there's two sides of Lethbridge. I live on the west side, which is on one side of the river, and then the north and south side are on the other side of the river. So that's right, pretty much like just runs all the way through the middle of the city, if you will. And that's where a lot of our parks are. Let's see here. I'll get you an image. This is an image from the West Side University looking over onto the rest of the city. So we're very much an urban rural city, if you will. We've got a lot of green, wild spaces um, down in the coulees. So Lethbridge is up, and then there's like the valley and the water, and in there is a lot of our nature parks. Now we have several all over the place. Um, I'll get you one of our most famous pictures. We have the longest trestle bridge um, in the world. So that's a picture of the train bridge, and it's the longest trestle bridge. We're surrounded by farmland and wildlife land. And that river you see, you don't want to swim in it. It has hidden currents, deep hidden currents. And from what I understand, in some instances, they can consider some spots on the river bottomless because they haven't been able to. It's so deep they haven't sonared it. I'm aware of. So yeah, there's no swim. Nobody really swims in it, but they do tubing on it. Well, thank you for the host, Ronald. It's a beautiful area, and really close to us, about 2 hours away, is a mountain park. Thank you, Atlanta Honey, for the hosting. And it's Banff National Park, which is connected to Glacier National Park in Montana, and is considered Glacier and Banff is considered an international peace park. And from what I understand, it's the first one of its kind. I think there's others now, but for the longest time it was the only one. And you can actually take a ferry and cross into Montana using the ferry. I think I like that the most about Lethbridge is we're pretty not central into the province per se, but we're pretty central for southern Alberta. 2 hours away we can get into Banff National Park. About 2 to 2.5 hours away is Medicine Hat, which is another big city in southern Alberta. And they are very much more desert. They have the Hoodoos and Badlands over there. And then going northward, we're 2.5 hours away from Calgary, which is a major urban center. And about, an hour away is the British Columbia border. I think it's an hour. And then about an hour south of us, 45 minutes to an hour, is the American border into Montana. Oh my goodness. Oh well, it is coming close to 10:30. That's when I stop my stream, so that would explain the yawning. We're very much a university and college town here, both. So our population fluctuates a lot. And there's a lot of small towns around us. Like within an hour's direction, almost pretty much in any direction, you can hit a small town. Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty big. Not counting these. Yeah, the small university in the area. Yeah. Yeah, we might be we're definitely a city, a small city, but it definitely has a small town feel to it. Everybody knows everybody. Okay, thanks for joining me tonight. Have a good sleep. Check in on you tomorrow and see what you're up to before I start. Okay. Well, we'll see you when you're next on. Have a good night. Broken goes side of my life, and when the wind blows. baby, how there and everything blows. Oh, shh. Thank you, Ewok, for the host thing. Hello, how are you? Ah, good. I got surprised by the little bling. Oh boy. Happens when you get into your zone and you're singing away. You have to see me jump. What you up to, Ewok? I'm doing good. Did you have a good Easter day? Did you get to have a dinner, good Easter dinner? Oh, you had to work. It's too bad. I didn't realize there were places that were open today. I know here, the majority of places was closed because it's Easter Sunday. It's a pretty big Christian community. That's the one of the few days of the year that pretty much everything shuts down. Ah, so is there a concert going on, or was it a place that also hosts hockey and there was a game? Because I know our venues here that host concerts, they're mainly ice arenas. You were telling me that you worked at a concert venue. You met, well, not met, because you don't get to talk to them yet. Some pretty incredible artists. Jeez, this cough can go away. Diversity with dance group. Cool. video. Thank you, Natural Maven, for the host. I am cross-stitching a Sorcerer. He is riding a moon out in space. He has a companion once he's all done. Of a sorceress. But I won't be doing her right away. Once I got him finished, I have to start on my children's stockings. Seeing if I've got a picture of him here. So I'm working on the upper part. They have it just in a round frame, so it cuts off an awful lot of the work that's on him. It's going to be nice and bright colors. Thank you. How are your guns coming along? Yeah, I like him too. Looks really good on the black linen. See the companion. That's him. There's the sorceress. So it'll be a really neat pair. I just have to figure out where. I don't have any of my cross stitch. I've cross stitched since I was 8 years old. And other than my stockings I do for the family, I've given all of my cross stitch away. I don't have any that I've made in my house. I think these two will be going hanging. Oh, cool. What's your new costume that you're going to do? Does it go along with the pistols, or those were a commission work for somebody? No, it's not very often. Like I bought the two patterns, the two separate patterns. Um, Actually, because they definitely complement and look good together. Got a knot here. Good. I gotta start. I've got a bunch of finished cloths which I've got to go through. They're almost, and others are almost finished. And I gotta get them all framed and get them set up so that I can sell them. I don't have any fantasy ones done currently. will be my first one. Like I said, majority of what I have done, I've given away. Never did say, is your next costume quiet? Shh. Now that's secretive. Or can you tell me what you're going to be working on next for your new costume? I can't promise to recognize what it's from. I'm a gamer, not a big gamer. Own design, Space Viking. Okay, so long, Thor. Or like an Asgard, or an Asgardian. Thank you, roll check for the host. Okay, cool. Along those lines, let's have a look. Cool. Got some Celtic designs in there. Are you gonna tool that? Wow. I think what makes those cosplay costumes is the detail that ends up getting like the small detail stuff. Right? Like you've got the Celtic designs they're showing. Celtic knots and that. Which would be quite a thing to do on leather or whatever it is that you decide to do it on. Thank you, Stormbeef, the host. You gonna give it a go? I think if you do it on something that you can etch with a Dremel, it won't be so bad if you can draw it out. But I have no idea how to work that onto leather. I mean, there's plenty of leather workers on here that you could probably ask. But then again, I don't know what type of materials you tend to work with, other than what you do for your guns. Is there an end game for Mr. Space Viking? Are you going to wear it to a con of some sort? I have mighty respect for those who can create cosplay like that. Okay. Makes it a lot lighter that way, doesn't it? So you could probably draw it, like draw on or paint on the Celtic knots then. Thank you for the host, Kieri. Pretty cool. I'll be wrapping up here soon, guys, in about 6 minutes. Thank you for joining me. If you're looking to follow somebody who's knitting, stitching, crocheting, or anything like that, because you're supporting Naughty by Nature's 1-year anniversary. Congrats, Naughty by Nature. They do have on somebody from their team. I'm part of the team, but I didn't sign up for it because I wasn't sure if I'd be streaming tonight or not. Hosting and celebrating, and some of them do have giveaways and that going on. I'm just not sure who. Maybe I should go look for that so I can post that in here if you want to support them as well. Like I said, it is our 1-year anniversary as a team. I've got quite the following and group. Let's go have a look. Huh. Wow. Alright, I might have to check out a different page. There we go. Ah! Okay, so I do not see the list of who's doing what when. Sorry. Otherwise, I would have got chat grabbed somebody for you guys so you could help support. But I don't even see anybody in knitting or crocheting, so who knows? Also, could be somebody doing purlers. I currently am the only one cross stitching. But like I said, I would like to thank you guys for joining me. Oh, look, we've got joining me tonight. Wow. And everything's stalled. Gotta love that. Okay, there we go. That's right. So have a good night. Thanks for joining me. Ewok, have fun. I'll definitely want to see your space Viking and how he's coming along. That looks pretty cool. I'll be back tomorrow night working a bit more on the cross stitch. Hopefully I will be onto a different spot because I'll be working on it during the day tomorrow as well. And hopefully I'll be over in here. I want to get this all finished for tomorrow, before tomorrow night. So that way I can finish up in through here, his arm, and the rest of the moon. So I can definitely move up. Although there are a couple of stars, so I might have to go in. There's a star up here I have to get done. You can't see off to the side. There's a star up in here that I gotta do. And there's one, hey, where Mr. Groot is. Baby Groot. So, we'll see how that goes and what I'll be working on. Again, this will be tomorrow night as well. See you next time, Ewok. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, I'll check out. I'm pretty sure I'm following you. Oh, I better check that. I wasn't. I am now following you. So I can see when you're on and have a look at the wonder stuff that you're doing. Have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you later.